Welcome back, everybody. Well, this video is a little late to the party. Wasn't gonna film today, but I'm doing some pretty cool stuff. So, and that's what's happening on Ranching Sodak. No, actually I dug my mower out and I thought, well, I was gonna work on this double mower because I gotta mow a few ditches. I told everybody I was done haying, but we've got some good haying weather now, the end of September. So I drug the old double mower out. I got a new head, a rebuilt head I need to put on, and I had to fix this bar. I think that's what I did last time, a couple years ago. This bar broke, and then it's best to, see, normally they break down here. They break here, right after the head. But what you need to do, you can't hardly weld this to get it to be solid. So you need to cut it off and make this notch and move everything over and then re-drill these holes and then take another bar and cut the end of it off and weld it on back out here. And then you can put a brace on it and everything. Down there you can't put any braces on it because it's got a mount underneath that head. But anyway, it's too hot, not gonna monkey with that. So I fired up the old swather here, the old Discbine, and I think we'll go cut some of that tall sorghum. I'm gonna try to bale wrap, maybe 100 bales, I don't know, see how it goes, maybe more, but let's go see what that looks like. So here's the idea. I'm gonna cut along the highway. I'm gonna cut around the field a little bit. Even when we swath graze it, I'm gonna leave some standing stuff in an L, like on the west and the north, to stop some snow, but then they can graze it standing, so I'll leave some stuff. Yeah, look at the height on this stuff. When you get out in here in the good stuff, I mean, we got some height. Just gonna make a couple of passes and then we'll see. We'll bail this and then we'll wrap it. I just wanted to get in here and see what it was like. I'll get out and we'll look at it here. Got a water hole I gotta contend with possibly here. No sense in getting stuck. So I wanted to cut it back from the highway along the outside edge. I'm going to go these down and back, so that'll give us, 30-some feet away from the fence. And then we'll probably leave a small wall of the one thing about this soybeans, I'm glad I put the soybeans in here, because where the sorghum got drowned out, the soybeans, a lot of them survived, and then all them fringe areas the soybeans took over. So it was well worth putting them in there. But look where it was drained, and look how tall and thick this is. A lot of stuff. So I don't know, I'll probably go over to the other side and go down and back one more time, and then I don't know if I should open up another field or not. It's hard to judge how many bales I'm going to get. I want to have enough to bale to make it worth my time, but I don't want to get too many. So I don't know. I mean, 150 to 100 bales. I don't know. Don't know what I'm doing. Pretty stocky. Broke up. I don't know. I think I'm going to quit. There's a lot of, there's a lot of stuff in them windrows. You can see the sunflowers. They kind of got hidden, which is good, because then the birds didn't find them. But I think maybe some bugs, but the seeds did fall out. The soybeans are all over in here. This was the worst field. This one's full of water hemp. The other ones were a little bit better, but you can see the height. I mean, we're 9 feet. It's a lot of stuff, but we'll see. If I get say I could get 10 bales on the way down on each pass. So I got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I probably got 75 bales cut. So I cut a couple passes along this side too. Now we can, at least we can see a little bit better coming out the driveway. But yeah, it's gonna cut okay. I mean, I was clipping along pretty good. We could try Filbur to see if he's even gonna be able to lift these windrows and merge two together, like for our swath grazing plan. And then it'll also give us a pretty good test on how many tons are in if we bale this. We can kind of get an idea how many tons per acre we got out there. I think I'm gonna quit for right now. I think we got enough for a test. Like I said, we probably got close to 100 bales maybe. I don't know, it's so hard to tell. Over 50. Just take a little trim here along the house. Well, let's go take a little salt out, get my Redmond promotional part of the video checked off the box, right, Carson? Well, we're getting down on this pallet. I don't think I'll get as many blocks next year. I think I got 7 ton and I only used 3 ton of those. I think I'm gonna just focus probably 2/3 on the loose salt. It seems like they can get a lot more consumed with that, obviously. So I hauled a bunch out this morning without you guys. Let's go over to these heifers. Once we pulled the bulls now, the heifers are a lot more chill, not being pestered all day. This fence was, oh my gosh, we're getting a little more. Oh, it's even a 2.4 there for a second. So as the grass dries down and they eat a little bit along the fence, we are picking up a little more kilovolt. Me and Sassy Pants were able to get the rest of that wire. So I do have the house, which is 1.5 miles away, juice out here, but this is not on it yet. This is still on a little solar one. And that was kicking out 10 kV, so I could push 10 kV 1.5 miles from the house here. Easy peasy now if I wanted to, but this is working. But let's go, we'll drive out here and take a look at them. Huh? See, a lot of people want to spray their pastures, but see, you got this nice big thistle that I can actually hook my GoPro to while we put the salt in. If I would have sprayed the pasture, that thing wouldn't have been there. It's crazy to think it's, oh, what is it? A couple days before the 1st of October. We had this dugout here was cleaned out maybe 6 years ago. So it's 18 feet deep in the middle, 18, 19 feet deep in the middle. And then we dammed this up over here. It was running over just the other day, and now it has just quit running over at the end of October. So she's full to the brim. No more evaporation is gonna happen now, you know. I mean, not no more, but very little. Like in the summertime, in July, you can evaporate a foot, maybe a foot or two of depth every month if it doesn't rain a lot. Typically, you don't get any runoff in the growing season. This year we did. We got all kinds of grass. Never gonna get her all 8 this year, which is all right. We'll go check some and then we'll look at this fence we built, test that too, see what she's kicking out. Once the bulls are gone, it's very interesting how the whole demeanor of the cow herd, or the heifers and cows, but the heifers especially, they just calm way back down. They're spread out, they're not bunched up nearly as much, way calmer once the bulls quit pestering them, you know. The bulls were constantly trying to keep them corralled up, you know, herded up and then sorting off hot heifers all the time. There was always some happening, and now they'll really start to put on some weight now in this last month without being running around. But they're doing good. A lot of 7-weight heifers, which is just perfect. This is where you play some real gentle cowboy music while we look at the heifers right at sundown, standing in waist-high grass. 9.5. We're like a mile and a half. Half up, half out, a mile down. Or that's 2.5 miles of 2-strand wire. So not a terrible amount of fence, but we're a long ways from home. Ideally, once we get this all hooked together like we got that center one done, we should be able to energize this whole 640 acres from the fencer at home and not have to have any solar ones out here, which will be nice. I think I'll pick you up in the morning. We'll work on that mower, see if we can't get a little road ditch action mowed down. Everybody loves them. Another mowing video. Secondary, welcome back. Day 2 of a day 2 video. Day 2 video, 2-day video. Let's go look at this mower. So this is what I had rebuilt. This is called the head. So this is what they'd call an IH, International, or a Roush. There's bearings in here. There's a wobbling thing, and then a bearing on the bottom, and a pin. And this is what I had to have rebuilt. So I got 2 of them. I'm not sure if it's gonna matter which one to use. I think we'll go with that guy. And then we'll have to put a new belt on her and see what else. I got quite a bit of paraphernalia, a couple boxes of parts, and then another container there, but these things are pretty heavy. I don't know what it would weigh, but close to 100 pounds, 80 to 100 pounds. So I'll be able to lift it with one hand, of course. I'm such a beast. All right, I gotta put you down. Ah! Lightweight, lightweight. Well, here's all the pieces. I'm gonna have Sassy Pants come help me. Basically what's gonna happen is this is gonna go on top of here, but these things have to get sandwiched in there as well, and then the bolts gotta come in from the bottom. So what I normally do, or what you do, is you flip everything over upside down, and you can put the bolts in from the top. The sickle will get mounted on the thingamadoo. No, it's like a pitman arm or whatever. It's the arm that makes the sickle go back and forth. Got this bolt, new one. And I don't know who sent me the nuts, but after a couple videos ago, I got a package of like 5-6 packages of nylon lock nuts. So mysterious thank you to whoever sent those to me. I did use my Sawzall the other day though. Ray from down in southern South Dakota, there she is. I put her to use yesterday. Actually, we've used it a couple times. So shout out to Ray for the extra Sawzall. He said he had a bunch of them, so he sent me one, which was awesome. I will start putting this together and bring you back. I don't think you need to watch all this happen. One more thing we gotta be thankful for is Ellie passed her boards for occupational therapy assistant. So she is off to the races, and she is going to be working as an occupational therapy assistant. So congrats to Ellie. So everybody, let's give Ellie a little round of applause. We just received word that Ellie passed her, what is it called?
NBCOT.
NBCOT, which stands for some sort of...
National Board of Occupational Therapy.
National Board of Occupational Therapy. Oh yeah, give us a thumbs up, peeps. Yay! So now she doesn't have to work here anymore at this job. Yes. Congratulations! What do you have to say?
Thanks everyone for the support.
Yay! She's gonna have a real job now. Yay!
Back to your prepaid programming.
There you go. So I've got everything blocked up now and on the right angle and balancing. So this is setting down. There's a groove on both sides to hold your bar with the head. This thing goes on next over top, and the bolts will go through, but this is a good time to replace this little guy. So I've got a new one here and some new bolts and nuts to go in here. These will be shot, so we're gonna have to grind these off, I imagine. Put those on. This thing needs to come off so we can put the belt over this. This drive line runs the back mower. There was a bolt in here, lines up with a groove in the PTO. So got that off. I'll grab a belt. I did have a bunch of new parts. I haven't used this thing in 2 years, so my parts have been piling up because I just had a habit. So every time I go to the parts store, I just buy all the same old wear parts that I always used to use, you know. You want that slop in it so you can hear it back here working, then you know it's good. So I don't know what was the deal, but this one is long enough. But then the other bolt I had was too short. So Sassy Pants went over to Jim's and is gonna check in his, he's got a little toolbox that used to put in the tractor with the double mower. It's got some parts in there, so see if he's got a long one in there left over. But anyway, while we wait, you should go to ranchingsodak.com, buy yourself some merch. I just had a phone call from a guy in Iowa. He was gonna pick himself up some stuff, so go check it out. We donate a little bit of every order for our mission trip. We take a mission trip in the winter. We did it last year, went down to Mexico. We're gonna do it again this year. Go down and do some outreach down in Mexico. So anyways, go check it out. Get yourself a coffee cup, a hat. And there is some rumblings of some sweatshirts coming. We don't know that for sure. I think Sassy Pants is working on that. She tried to put me in a medium the other day and I couldn't fit. So not sure what that was about. I think she was making fun of me. So we got these two to work. Jim did have a longer bolt for that one. This one's just barely long enough, but it's gonna work. There's 3 lengths of these bolts, and the shorter one, which is this guy on the left, he needs to go in the middle because that's the closest to hitting that arm. And these guys will go up here. Stand by. We gotta shim that up again, just on that end. This side needs to go up. So I don't know, I thought I had a shim underneath there. Got her tight. Now this thing needs to be flipped over into there. So ultimately get all your blocks kicked out because you might have to lift it up.
Put over and lay
Yeah.
down there.
So the goal is this is gonna go in here. Go that way. Just like that.
That's
I watch it on TikTok.
like
They do a
that
quick
wasn't it.
belt rope trick to get your belt on a pulley, but
I feel like you gotta start it like that
and then get
come
one
behind it.
and then you have it underneath the rope underneath there.
Yes.
So it's locked
and then it'll
and then
fall off. Then when it gets all the way around, you'll untie it. Is what I feel like. I feel like you got to make it a solid grab on there. Or you'll have nothing to pull on. It'll just slide. That's made up. I've never watched this. Oh, on that? Whoa, bud. That wasn't what I meant. All right, folks. We'll see how this turns out. What the heck are you thinking?
it's got to be your bull. You can get a good look at a butcher
Oh
by
boy.
sticking your head up a bull's.
Rear end.
Wait,
Tommy boy. Is
That'd
that
be-
Tommy boy?
it's got to be your bull. You know, on the videos they just show it just flopping right on.
Should probably watch that video again. Is this where you say stand by to stand by?
Yep.
Gotta do your homework.
Well, the rope trick doesn't work. What happens, what you need to do is loosen this up and then it just moves over, which I knew. Anyways, got her back together, got her greased up. What we've been working on is there's the homecoming parade today. So with her being with the youth director at the church, and we got some new pastors. So we built a cross to go in the back of the pickup. We'll drive through the parade. We'll put the cross in this tub and fill it full of gravel to hold it up. Anyways, so that's probably what you'll see next is us at the parade. I'm gonna switch the PTO on there, I guess, and then we'll be good to go.
Hey, I know you guys. Thank you.
Got a little trucking action going on today. I'm not sure who that is or where they're going. Well, I don't know how I used to do it with these double mowers, and this year when it's wet, it really plugs up a lot. Not only how much fun it isn't, now this happened. So she's leaking out of there. This hose is fairly new, I thought, but it's got some marks on it from something. The good news is I'm 7 miles from home and she's in town and wasn't planning to come home. And I have no vehicle over here, so what would you do? Unhook this tractor, just drive this tractor home, start calling and bugging people? I thought if I could find a hose clamp, I could put a hose clamp on there and an old glove or something. You use it so much, you raise it up and down every 5 seconds to knock off the grass. Stand by to stand by, I'll see what I'm gonna come up with here. I think we have to drive home. Oh, get some wrenches. Yeah, look at this hose. How did it wear out like that? This one's old. Ugh, this one's been replaced, but it also got gnawed up on something. Anyways, let's just drive around. Doesn't hurt to drive these tractors, you know, 14, 15, 20, 25 miles a day, back and forth. It's actually good for them. It's good for the tires. Well, I got a couple hoses and some wrenches. I don't know how long I need it, so I think it's safe to take the pickup back. Safer, we'll run the pickup back, make sure we get it fixed. Then we'll come back and get the tractor. I don't want to be driving all day doing nothing. I just want to be doing nothing. How does that song go from the Cars? Let the good times roll. That's what this is all about right now. So it looks like this hose is gonna work. Looks to be in fairly good shape too. Unless those are different, but this is flat. I don't know if the threads are different or not. I gotta take this end off. It's nice to have a vise on your work pickup. You kind of stick your wrench right in there and then you can go at her. Well, we'll see if this flat-faced hose, these threads are the same, which I don't know. There's Teflon on here, but that doesn't mean it was supposed to be there. Thread's on easy. I think I'll put some new Teflon on it. No Teflon needed on this one in here, because this has got a little flare. I don't think that's gonna work. Ah! After all that preparation H, it didn't freaking work. I should have checked that. I did bring another hose that won't work either. Lickety split, just like that. You drive to town, go in here, and then they make you a hose. And now we get to go home. Not home. We get to go back out there. Lori doesn't like to be on camera, so we had to leave the camera out here, but it would have been cool to show you how they make the hoses if you haven't ever seen that before. It's a massive press. Once you get your length right, these couplers go over it and then it just squeezes it down into this press for the right amount of tension for the clamp. All right, let's try to sneak out of the metropolitan city of Britton with our farm truck that's probably not supposed to be on the road. Don't say nothing to anybody. Keep your mouths quiet here for a second. Let's get out of town. We're back. Kind of. Come on, baby. Ah! Got a little rapids going there, bud. I don't know, this ditch is pretty steep, but maybe we can get her raked down to the bottom. So he's got basically a mile of ditch and then that road trail that I was trying to work on. But anyways, I think we're gonna get her done. Well, what is this leaking here? Is that? Oh, here. I don't think I tightened that up, bud. I think I just hand tightened that. Thank goodness I have a Discbine. After running this mower for a few hours today, it was just agony, basically. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Duck opener while you're watching this, so go out and shoot you a teal. Little teal with a bacon wrap on the grill. Do that. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.